Thank you, and thank you, Eileen. Eileen, I have to say, gave me a very interesting experience. The first time I've ever been in a council office and been offered a beer. So, and as you can tell, I don't speak Scouse, and that's a very big reason I don't have. I never use PowerPoints, or try not to use PowerPoints or slides in this country anyway, because people just think about microbreweries and stare off into the distance. So. I'm going to go back a few years. 6 years ago, I was running a course at Oxford University called the Science and Medicine of Athletic Performance. It was all about human performance at the highest level. We'd get people in from all over the world, people from Harvard, MIT, Loughborough, all over the show would come to the course, learn how to be top coaches, top technologists. They're professors now, strength and conditioning coach for the England rugby team. So they've gone off to do multiple and wonderful things. Anyway, I moved on from there and then ended up at a defence company called Kinetic. Like Oxford University, it also turns over £1 billion a year, so a considerable amount of money. And there I was technical lead for human performance and medical innovation. And eventually I got really sick of middle management and barriers and all that sort of stuff, so set out on my own. That was back in early 2011. One thing I realised that those two large organisations, well, not necessarily didn't have, but didn't communicate well, was philosophy. So I thought it was really important, right from the start, to define what our philosophy would be and communicate what the philosophy would be, because that binds people really well. I think having a philosophy can give you a way to drive forward. So the first philosophy we have three philosophies, this won't be a long list, is to address real problems, or on the other hand, embrace real opportunities. And you could see this today with the band, embracing opportunity. An opportunity to go out there and be musical, that's important. The next one was collaboration, or working together. Because when you collaborate, that's absolutely, it's when some magical things happen. There's a reason that Cambridge University has had more Nobel Prizes than 3 large European countries put together. I won't name and shame the countries. It's because they collaborate. They do so more than Oxford as well. You get art historians talking to mathematicians, talking to philosophers, talking to physicists. Some really unusual things happen. With unusual things happening, some magnificent things can happen. And it really gives a chance for some great stuff to happen. A lot of other organisations I've been in, I'm not going to name and shame again, but they can get so competitive, so worried about keeping things close, keeping things tight, they forget about all the wonderful possibilities of collaboration. As a small technology company, ResCon could be crushed like an ant by Google or Apple. It's going to be far better to actually share the love with other SMEs and other people and around. Not be too scared. Just go out there and be brave and share. Collaboration is really important. And then the final philosophy was one of sustainability. We've all heard about sustainability, but this is sustainability in a wide sense. Sustainability for ResCon, because if we're not sustainable, we're not around anymore. Sustainability for the partners we work with. Sustainability also for the customers. And really importantly, sustainability for the end users. And when I mean the end users, I actually mean the staff and actually the people who are the service users, the people who actually benefit from whatever service you have. And when you think about putting all these things together, you've got addressing problems, embracing opportunities. You've got working together and collaborating, and you've got sustainability. Isn't that what innovation's about? Isn't that really the heart of where we're at? I mean, technology is really useful. Technology is a tool. Technologists are people with knowledge who might be able to help you find a tool or develop a tool to address a problem, or maybe bring a few tools together. I love gardening. I really like gardening, and I think it's quite an innovative thing to do. You can grab a fork and a spade. They're tools. Without a fork and a spade, it would be, hard work. Who's got a phone in this room? Who's got a mobile phone? Show of hands. High show of hands, don't be shy. Yeah. It is about 80, 90% of the room. So 60% of people in the UK will own a smartphone, will use a smartphone regularly in 2015. That figure is growing every year. This is just another tool. Now, this is something that people didn't necessarily think it was a problem or an opportunity. I mean, especially things like, if you look at some of the iPod and iPad and all these sorts of things, they're things that you didn't even think of. So they can actually be really surprising as well. And I think one of the important things with technology and technology for innovation is, remember, it is just a tool, and tools can do surprising things. In many ways, it can let you do a lot more with your job. So some of the things that we think about technology, especially in the health and care sector and the health and care business, is why are you really there? Are you there because you care about what you're doing, you care for people, you want to make a difference? What are the things that why do you turn up, why do you bounce out of bed for the morning? I can bet you it's not for paperwork. It's probably not for paperwork or administration, though some people love administration and they love paperwork, but it's actually to make a difference. We need strategists, and we need people at the ground level, and we need people in the middle as well. But if we can think of technologies to make that all work better, decrease paperwork, for instance, things that incorporate into your workflow, into your life flow, it's really important. That's why you have to keep talking to people. Things like a phone, it just works, and it works. I mean, a lot of people cannot do without them. Technologies must integrate into all this. Technologists must get there and do these things. And at the end of the day, come back to these three principles: problems, opportunities, sustainability, and partnership. Thank you.